I literally have to turn myself down when I talk and turn myself up when you talk.
Hey, shut up while the music is playing, asshole. It's Black History Month.
And we're live from the Good News radio station.
You wait another 5 seconds.
This is Touchdowns and Tangents. I'm Pete D. Camarillo.
I'm Kenneth Frank James Berry.
And we're already with the shits, despite the fact that we actually just enjoyed a good meal together.
Yeah.
Shout out to, what was it called?
Little Beijing.
Little Beijing in Culver City.
By the way, Keith.
That shit was fire. They have a pad thai there.
Actually, it wasn't pad. It's pad thai. That what we had wasn't pad thai. It was pad see ew. It's a thicker noodle.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, it was beef pat. It was beef
and it was as
a
you could get it as an entree or get it in substitute for chow mein for only 50 cents more.
Which I would have done, but the chow mein was fire. So shout out to them. By the way, Keith, my mom won't stop badgering me about this. She wants a Good News shirt. She wants a shirt.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Good News radio station.
Her and my
always.
sister, a large, 2 larges.
Kenny's out here rocking his medium Good News radio station.
I lost weight ever since I started working at that vegan market. Shout out to like vegan soup and shit. It's really
man.
Healthy.
And shout out to all the replay affiliates. Shout out to FBC Radio. Shout out to X Squad Radio Network. And shout out to everyone else who listens to our show on various podcast networks, including Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, Podbean, TuneIn, Anchor, etc., etc.
The local
Apple
Hoodspot
Podcasts. You can find us all there.
See, Mom, you hear that? Keith said he got you. So this is out of my hands now. That's a transaction between y'all. Thanks, Keith. Appreciate you. And yes, that Chinese food was fire. Anything with like Beijing in the name is fire. And they put little in big red letters. So they was with the shits. And it was packed too. And
it was packed with Asian people, Mexicans, and black people. That's and
that one chick who was probably from South America who kind of looked Russian, but she looked like she definitely did porn.
Wow.
Black
that
stockings.
was really misogynistic. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure.
I wasn't even looking.
I'm single. Okay. Well, I noticed it. She kind of looked like she was like the alternate character in Tekken.
But yeah.
She looked like Nina from Tekken.
But
there we go.
If you go there, don't get discouraged by the fact that it's in between a Subway and a Jamba Juice. It is actually good and hood authentic.
It's actually really close to World on Wheels. It's like right there in that plaza.
Because if you never listened to this podcast before, this
broadcast. Jesus.
One thing, this is actually a podcast.
It's a broadcast.
No, it's a podcast.
It's being broadcasted to people.
It's a live podcast.
When they listen to it on their own, it's a podcast.
It's
a live podcast that's being broadcasted.
Exactly.
Either way.
It's a live podcast being broadcast.
The verb still stands either way.
No, it doesn't.
Asshat.
Anyways, like I was saying, one thing you can expect beyond petty banter between Kenny and I is one common ground, and that is
righteous indignation.
Hood food. Hood food.
And righteous indignation about trash hood food.
But yeah, anyways, so let's get to the content, man. There's a ton of it this week. Last week, we didn't get to a lot of it because, well, we need to address a lot of things about the Kaepernick situation.
By the way, how do you still feel about that after we had that talk and that insightful some guests? Shout out to by the way, our fans are called Bobs now.
Yeah, we're officially calling our fans.
Yeah, they're called Bobs. Shout out to Ryan who came in and gave her spiel at the end. And because I've actually been through what Kaepernick's kind of been through, just I didn't get offered.
Honestly, I really
money.
don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'm over it. I'm ready to just.
Do you still feel the same? It feels like you didn't get all of it off your chest.
No, I got it. I got everything I wanted to say off my chest. I think the conclusion of the show. You have to listen to the whole show because I feel like by the conclusion of the show, I kind of realized that I'm not necessarily so mad at Kaepernick as I am more mad at
yourself.
Kind of the reaction around it, and also myself for believing in him. But yeah, besides
which kind of went to everybody else's point that maybe if you didn't let him stand by himself, and if everybody was kind of pretty much my thing was Kaepernick made the right decision for himself. And by the way, for all y'all who don't know, civil rights movements and things like that aren't cheap. So he has to get the money somewhere. And since he was accosted And
again, bro, I really don't want to talk about this. We literally spent a whole entire episode on it. If people want to hear about it, they can go back and listen to last week's episode.
Because clearly, believe me, you're still in your feelings.
It's gonna be evergreen, like forever.
It's clearly an evergreen topic for you. But anyway,
yeah, man, because I just don't care. We've already given that story so much of our airtime.
I think your point is probably just you're tired of people being the champions and faces of causes only to just fund their nonprofits and then go back to their day. And then the rest of us are still out here in the street dying, but you got a bag. That's cool.
I just watched the documentary about that. I can't remember his name. It's
Teddy Pendergrass?
No,
Sam
the
Cooke?
singer. Yeah, Sam Cooke. There you go.
Yeah.
I just watched a Netflix documentary on him, which kind of put me on game about him because I wasn't even really aware of everything he did for civil rights and stuff like that. I'd much rather talk about...
Change is going to come.
Which didn't come out until, what, the 80s, they said? Yeah, so I'd much rather talk about him than Kaepernick at this point in my life, just because, like,
all right,
I'm seriously, like, I'm over Kaepernick. Like, he really is the 21st century activist, and it is what it is. On that note, man, so this week's news, the topic of today, the biggest topic for no reason, really. Jason Witten is leaving the Monday Night Football booth to rejoin the Dallas Cowboys. Why are you clapping? I'm confused.
Because I don't ever want to hear
your jokes off.
I don't ever want to hear this cottage cheese equivalent. Like, when I hear him talk, it just sounds like sour cheese being poured in an open wound while car batteries being hooked up to my neck.
It sounds like...
That's what it sounds like. And his dumbass analogies for a guy who went to Tennessee, boy.
It sounds like ESPN literally clout chasing...
Maybe this is what
Fox by getting Witten. They were like, oh, well, Tony Romo was good, and he played on the Cowboys. So
I would love to
Jason Witten is white, and he also played for the Cowboys, so he must be good too. Let's give him the job.
Even though most of his passes were, I think Jason Witten was highly overrated, but still a Hall of Famer. But whatever.
I definitely put him in that Heath Miller.
Heath Miller was better than Jason Witten.
Todd Heap.
Todd Heap had a short career.
Category of tight ends. But I digress. Yeah, man. So Witten is retiring from the booth after only a year. Well,
but getting a 1 year, $3.5 million deal from the Cowboys,
which has led
they have
to
no tight ends.
Which has led to literally a bunch of broadcasters who've never played football and a bunch of broadcasters who have played football essentially announced that they're available to come out of retirement. Shout out to Darren Woodson and shout out to
Damian Woody,
all the fucking fuckboy white dudes who produce and other NFL podcasts. Just when I say
we're not going to say the F word on this podcast, you just keep the streak alive.
I said it like 10 times last week, so it's all good.
My mom gets mad at me every time. Like, she says, "You guys cuss too
We really
much."
do need,
and it's usually you.
Nah, you curse too.
Yeah, but I don't say the F word all the time. I say it.
You say shit.
I say it off the air.
You say shit and bitch.
When was the last time you heard me say the B word on air? Check the archives.
You said a lot. All right.
I say shit a lot. I say shit a lot. I say a lot of shit.
Anyways, so yeah, man.
Speaking of shitty,
any other jokes you want to get off on Jason Witten?
Hopefully he doesn't drop the ball like he did in the booth.
You're corny. Come on, you got something better than that.
I do. Jason Witten is the physical embodiment of what potato salad with raisins look like. That's his audio. That's his broadcasting style.
I don't even think my boy Woos like Jason Witten in the booth, and he's a diehard Cowboys fan.
One of my jobs, used to have a potato salad with raisins, and
I hope Amari Cooper mixes them up.
I hope Amari Cooper says, "Hey, you ain't getting none of my catches, dog."
Just from a football standpoint, though.
You getting
just from a football standpoint,
Cole Beasley's catches.
I don't really understand why you would bring back Jason.
They don't have any tight ends.
Okay, this draft is stacked with tight ends.
They're young and not ready yet.
Okay, so neither was Martellus Bennett when they drafted
Martellus
him?
Bennett was ready. They just didn't give him catches. Nah, he was.
He was a blocking tight end for like 2 years.
Bro, he
like
was
a solid like 2.5 seasons.
And had stupid athleticism. He had stupid athleticism.
That's what I'm saying.
In college, he was catching passes on people. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm.
He'd have been dope anywhere else.
That's why he was what a third round pick, second round pick.
He had red flag issues about his character. He was a 5-star tight end,
quote unquote red flags. But we'll get to that later. He was a 5-star
tight end recruit.
We'll get back.
You're
gonna
talk to me, and I played NCAA football when he was like stupid athletic at tight end. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about college football players. You don't even watch college football. Martellus Bennett was the truth in college. You used to, yeah.
Just like you used to watch NFL. But we don't talk about that because we host the NFL podcast.
I'm going to boo you. You really thought like you were going to get that snap off the mic and people were going to hear it.
All right, man. But for real, Jason Witten, I just don't get it. Because he was already slow 2 years ago when he retired. 1. 2, he's been hurt like the past 4 years. And 3, like when the Cowboys want to move into a new era, like with Dak, Amari, Zeke, and like, you know,
they want to make
black skill players.
They want to like they want to make the Cowboys.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Like, they want to make the Cowboys great again.
Yeah, apparently.
Bong bong.
If Cole Beasley gets a multi-year contract, then we know something's up.
Andy,
but knowing our luck, he'll probably end up with the Raiders.
Twitter. He said it on Twitter.
Knowing our luck, he'll probably end up with the Raiders.
No, but did you hear what Cole Beasley said on Twitter a while back?
What?
He was talking about how like it's really up to the front office who gets catches or not, who gets targets. And he said that on Twitter, bro. I retweeted it and everything.
Well, and then he had to go back. Not going back to Dallas.
He's still there. He had to go back and clarify it.
He's a free agent.
They'll probably draft Andy Isabella.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Second round, and if he really runs like a 4.3, I'm like, okay, that's one white dude who can play receiver and be fast. He'll just be Ryan Swope minus the concussions. Ryan Swope would have been nice had he not had all those concussions because he ran a 4.34 at the combine.
All right, so while we're on the topic,
he also played for Texas
While we're
Tech.
on the topic of combines and. Of course, 40 times.
The modern day slave auction, as you once said a long time ago.
I never said that.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You likened it to
no,
a slave
you
auction.
said that. You said that.
The underwear Olympics.
Yeah, you said that.
You co-signed it though.
I didn't disagree.
So that's a co-sign.
You also think college football is slavery.
Well, yeah, anything where athletes don't get paid for the service.
It's more like sharecropping.
My grandfather's grandfather was a sharecropper.
Yeah, but that's what it's more.
You want to talk about sharecropping?
It's more.
How unfair that is?
It's more like sharecropping.
Do you really want to make that comparison?
Yeah, I know it's logistics and like semantics and
you don't understand the racial undertones of sharecropping.
No, I got it.
As a black person and a Latino person, you realize how bad sharecropping is.
No,
for us?
I'm not saying sharecropping is.
You really
any better.
picked sharecropping in the hill to die on.
I'm not saying sharecropping is that much better.
It works for white farmers, but not black ones.
It's a little bit better than slavery.
Don't die on this hill, Pete. I'm trying to save you. Please redact that.
No, we've already had this conversation, and you've actually agreed.
You don't understand how bad sharecropping is.
No, I do. I completely understand.
So
how
don't
bad
say
is.
It's slightly better than college athletics and slavery, because they're equally bad.
No,
but on different levels.
I'm saying college football is like sharecropping.
No, it's not.
Which is a little bit better than slavery.
Oh God!
We've literally had.
Do you hear yourself? You sound so bad.
We've literally had this conversation already. Like, and you've actually agreed with me. So I don't know why the fuck you're acting brand new. Yeah, you're just being fucking stupid.
It sounds worse when you say it like that.
We've literally had this same exact fucking conversation like 5 times.
And I don't.
So now
I don't remember one of them.
And you over here acting surprised is just fucking stupid. Yeah, it's not funny. Nobody's fucking laughing, bro.
Do you hear it? Do you hear yourself out loud?
Yeah, because
it sounds worse when you say it out loud.
No, it doesn't. I've said that multiple times.
Okay.
Here we go, bro. I wouldn't say
sharecropping. I would say more like migrant working. which is also shitty, but it's like migrant working. It's like, oh, you have to go to this place.
Can we just
to get money and be successful?
Can we just talk about the combine?
I mean, because I could say like,
can we just talk about the combine?
Yeah, Division II guy.